Think about the last time you checked your phone for a message. You knew what to look for, right? A notification, a ping, words in a language you understand? But imagine if someone sent you a message in a format your phone wasn't designed to receive. Not broken, not corrupted, just fundamentally different from anything in your inbox. You'd never know it arrived. You could stare at your phone all day, convinced no one was trying to reach you, while messages piled up in frequencies and formats you never thought to check. Well, it turns out that's essentially what we're doing with the entire cosmos. For over 6 decades, we've been listening for signals from other civilizations. Massive radio telescopes pointed at distant stars, sophisticated algorithms scanning for patterns, billions of dollars invested in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. And in all that time, we've found nothing conclusive. Silence, which has led many to conclude we're alone, or at least that no one's calling. But here's what nobody really sits with. We're not actually listening to everything, not even close. We're listening to an incredibly narrow slice of possible signals, making very specific assumptions about what alien contact should look like. And every one of those assumptions could be wrong. Let's think about this systematically. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, focuses primarily on radio waves, specifically frequencies between about 1 and 10 gigahertz. Why? Because that's where Earth's atmosphere is relatively transparent, where our technology works well, and where we assume intelligent beings would choose to broadcast. It's the cosmic water hole, as astronomers call it, a quiet region of the electromagnetic spectrum where hydrogen and hydroxyl emit radiation, making it a logical meeting place for communication. But consider the scale of what we're actually checking. The electromagnetic spectrum is vast. Radio waves are just one small portion. There's also microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. And even within radio frequencies, we're scanning specific bands. SETI has examined perhaps a few thousand stars in detail out of the estimated 100 billion in the Milky Way alone. That's 0.1% of our galaxy. And we've been doing it for just 60 years, which, cosmically speaking, is less than a heartbeat. Now here's where it gets interesting. Even if an advanced civilization sent us a radio signal, we'd only detect it if we happened to be listening to the right frequency, at the right time, pointing our telescope in the right direction. Space is so incomprehensibly large that the chances of perfect alignment are vanishingly small. A signal transmitted from a star 1,000 light-years away would have left when humans were building medieval castles. The civilization that sent it might not even exist anymore. We could receive their message tomorrow, next year, or 1,000 years from now. And unless we're actively listening at that exact moment, in that exact direction, we'd miss it entirely. But there's a deeper problem, and it's one we rarely confront. We might not recognize an intelligent signal even if it hit us directly in the face. In 1967, astronomers detected something utterly bizarre. Regular pulses of radio waves repeating with such precision that they briefly considered the possibility of alien contact. They even jokingly called the source LGM-1, Little Green Men 1. Turns out they'd discovered pulsars, rapidly rotating neutron stars that emit beams of radiation like cosmic lighthouses. Completely natural. No intelligence required. The pattern that seemed so artificial was just physics doing its thing. This happens more often than you'd think. Fast radio bursts, intense blasts of radio energy that last just milliseconds, were completely mysterious when first detected in 2007. Some speculated they could be alien signals or propulsion systems for interstellar spacecraft. Years of research revealed they're likely produced by magnetars, incredibly powerful stellar objects. Nature, it seems, is perfectly capable of creating patterns that look designed. Which brings us back to our central question. What if we're making the opposite error? What if we're seeing signals that actually are intelligent, but dismissing them as natural because they don't match our expectations? Here's what this actually means for the search. We assume communication would be simple, clear, designed to be understood. A repeating mathematical pattern, prime numbers, something obviously artificial. But think about our own technology. 100 years ago, radio was cutting edge. 50 years ago, it was television broadcasts. Today, we use fiber optics, satellites, encrypted digital signals. Our communications have become more complex, more efficient, more compressed. They look less like intentional signals and more like random noise. An advanced civilization, one that's been around for millions of years longer than us, might use communication methods so sophisticated that they'd be indistinguishable from background radiation to our instruments. Quantum entanglement communication, neutrino beams, gravitational wave modulation, technologies we haven't even conceived of yet. They could be broadcasting constantly and we'd have no idea because we're still checking the cosmic equivalent of smoke signals. There's also the timing problem, and it's more profound than most people realize. Imagine two civilizations separated by 10,000 light years. One sends a message. 20,000 years pass before they could possibly receive a reply. 10,000 for the signal to arrive, 10,000 for the response to come back. That's longer than recorded human history. Both civilizations would need to maintain the same technology, the same interest, the same listening protocols for millennia. And we've only been listening for 60 years. If someone responded to our earliest radio broadcasts, which leaked into space starting around the 1930s, we wouldn't hear back for nearly 2 centuries at minimum, and that's only if they're relatively close by cosmic standards. The Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million light-years away. A round-trip conversation would take 5 million years. Civilizations rise and fall in less time than that. If questions like these keep you up at night, the cosmic puzzles we can observe but not yet fully understand, consider subscribing. We explore the biggest scales, the deepest mysteries, and the questions that sit at the edge of what science can currently answer. So let's consider a genuinely uncomfortable possibility. What if contact has already happened and we just filtered it out as noise? The famous WOW signal detected in 1977 remains unexplained. For 72 seconds, the Big Ear radio telescope in Ohio picked up a signal so strong, so narrow band, so seemingly artificial that astronomer Jerry Eman wrote, "Wow," in the margins of the printout. It came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, never repeated, and has never been adequately explained by natural phenomena. We've pointed telescopes back at that region of space dozens of times. Nothing. Was it a one-time transmission? A signal that sweeps past us like a lighthouse beam and won't return for years? Or just an unexplained natural phenomenon we don't understand yet? We don't know. And that uncertainty reveals something crucial about our situation. We're conducting a search with incomplete information about what we're searching for, using tools that sample an infinitesimally small fraction of possible signals, assuming the beings we're looking for think about communication the way we do. Think about how we discover new things here on Earth. For centuries, humans didn't know about radio waves. They existed, passing through our bodies constantly, carrying information we couldn't detect. Then we built the right instruments, asked the right questions, and suddenly, a whole invisible layer of reality became apparent. What if alien communications are the same? Present, persistent, just operating in domains we haven't figured out how to measure yet. Some scientists have suggested we might already be immersed in alien signals, like fish unaware of the ocean current carrying chemical messages from distant reefs. Maybe the background hum of certain cosmic phenomena isn't natural at all. Maybe what we interpret as quantum fluctuations or dark matter effects are actually technological artifacts of civilizations so advanced their engineering is woven into the fabric of space-time itself. This isn't science fiction speculation. It's a serious epistemological problem. How do you recognize intelligence when it operates on completely different principles than your own? How do you distinguish a message from noise when you don't know the language, the medium, or even if a message is being sent? Consider this. Human consciousness emerged from neural patterns. We communicate through sound waves, visual symbols, electromagnetic signals, But consciousness and intelligence might not require biology at all. There could be intelligence in plasma clouds, in quantum states, in patterns of dark energy we haven't even detected yet. If such intelligence exists, would it communicate in ways we'd recognize as communication? And this is where it gets truly strange. Even if we received an obvious message, prime numbers, a mathematical proof, a detailed blueprint, we'd still face the challenge of understanding its meaning. Context matters. A signal saying, "Don't come here," could be a warning or a deterrent from a territorial species, or an invitation from a civilization that communicates through irony, or a test to see if we're smart enough to recognize reverse psychology. Without shared context, even clear communication remains ambiguous. Drop a comment and tell me what you think would be the most likely reason we haven't recognized contact. Technological mismatch, timing, or something about the nature of intelligence we fundamentally misunderstand. So where does this leave us? We continue listening, which is the right thing to do. We expand our search parameters, build better instruments, consider new possibilities. But we should also sit with a certain intellectual humility about the whole endeavor. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Intelligent life could have emerged billions of years before Earth even formed. If even one civilization achieved technological maturity a million years before us, they'd have capabilities we can't begin to imagine. And if they wanted to contact species like us, newly conscious, barely technological, cosmically infant, would they do it in ways we'd immediately understand? Or would contact be structured as a test, a gradual revelation, a signal hidden in plain sight that only becomes clear when we're ready to interpret it? We live in a moment of searching without finding, looking without seeing. Maybe that's the test. Maybe the signal is in the search itself, in developing the technology, asking the questions, building the patience to listen to the cosmos for decades or centuries without immediate reward. Maybe contact isn't something that happens to you. Maybe it's something you become capable of recognizing only after doing the long, difficult work of understanding the universe deeply enough to notice when something doesn't fit the pattern. And if that's true, then every unexplained signal, every anomalous reading, every moment of "that's strange" in our astronomical data might already be the contact we're looking for. Just waiting, patient as starlight, for us to develop the wisdom to understand what we're actually looking at. The messages might already be here. We just haven't learned to read them yet.